Hello, wonderful people. Set to Achieve, and today I just wanted to talk about narcissistic abuse and some of the side effects of narcissistic abuse. Again, welcome to my channel. If you are new, please subscribe and like the video and share, because you never know who you're impacting with the knowledge. Now, when it comes to the effects of narcissistic abuse, because of the fact that it takes a while, it's a process for it to basically develop, like the breakdown, the devaluation, the breakdown, basically, which basically means that it's like the breakdown of your self-esteem, you're never validated by, the abuser, whether it's a man or a woman or spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, whoever it is, even if it's a parent. There are effects. And I don't know if I've said this before, but I will say it again, that a lot of times when one has a parent that is a narcissist, whether one or both parents, they are more likely to attract a spouse or a relationship that is narcissistic, because of the fact that they have those wounds, they have those, it's almost like, they're almost like magnets that are in them, that end up attracting the wrong kind of people, narcissists. And the narcissist can basically smell it from a mile away. They can smell it from a mile away, because you are, as a codependent, you are always one way or the other, whether by words, whether by body language or actions, you are seeking validation. Because, one thing that I realize is that with a narcissist, they use the fact that you have issues with, a strong need for approval. So because of the fact that they see those wounds, because of the fact that you have them lacking, so a codependent and a narcissist, I believe that they have similar wounds, but the difference is that between a codependent and a narcissist is that with the narcissist, they took their childhood wounds, their feeling of insecurity, and then they let the devil take over them. Okay, they took that sadness, that insecurity, that void, and rather than filling it with Christ, with God, with positivity, and just turning whatever it is that was lacking in them to say, okay, you know what, maybe I didn't have this, maybe I was abandoned, maybe I wasn't shown as much love as or maybe I was abused. But rather than abusing others, I'm going to use it as a way to be empathetic, because now I understand what it feels like to be in that shoes, so I'm going to be protective of people, and people that are weaker than me, and people that I see, that have similar wounds. I will be empathetic towards them, I will be protective towards them, I will be kind towards them. That's what the empath did, okay? Because with the empath, a lot of them were codependents as well. They had problems in childhood, they had pain, they were invalidated, they were abused, they were put down, a lot of times by parents, loved ones, relatives. But the difference between the empath and the narcissist is that the empath did not take the pain and the abuse and turn it against people to hurt people. They took the pain and the insecurity and the void, and they filled it with empathy. Okay? They still have the pain. They still have the pain like the narcissist did, but instead, they turn it around to be a blessing and to be kind to others and to feel for others. Okay, and that is what the narcissist lacked, and that is the reason why when a narcissist is with an empath or a codependent in a relationship, they are very, very, well, at first they, love bomb and stuff because, they admire the empath, they put them in some kind of pedestal and lift them up. But as time goes on, they begin to tear them down. So the very people that they build up, so like basically what they do is they build you up to eventually tear you all the way down. Okay? They're not happy until they feel that they have completely depleted your self-esteem. I remember with myself and with my narcissist, I always would tell him, like towards the end, like basically like, towards the middle end or whatever of the relationship, I would always say, you know what? I can never please you. There's nothing I can do to please you. And at the end of the relationship, I stopped trying. I stopped trying to impress them, stopped trying to make them happy by cooking and doing this and doing that. I just was like, you know what? Even when I do it anyway, you're going to complain that I didn't do it well enough. If you clean, you didn't clean well enough. So he's going to want to go around and try to, quote unquote, quote, clean it around you. But if you leave it, he won't touch it. He won't do anything. But it's only when you do it, then he wants to come around and start trying to, like overshadow you, trying to overdo it or whatever. So that's just the way they are. So now going back to the side effects, what are the side effects of the constant just overbearing, overburdening, and the constant devaluation? What is the side effect? For me, I would say that first of all, you're depleted, you're exhausted, you're depressed, and for the most part, like for me, if not for the grace of God, you really lose a big chunk of your sense of self and purpose. Okay, they make you lose your sense of really being as a human being. So like when you leave a partnership or a situationship with a narcissist, you have to really discover who you are, the things that you like. Because I remember like when I was sitting in the room with the narcissist and like he would flick over like shows, a lot of the shows that he would put on, I don't like. A lot of the shows that he likes to watch is like all these like murder and dying, unsolved mysteries and stuff. And it was a lot of negativity, car crashing and crashes and stuff, and like just a lot of like really like negative stuff. A lot of it was that, and just like, and he seemed to like that. And I would say like, well, you have to kind of be careful. Not to say that you should never watch those, but like you have to be careful like about like watching things like that or horror movies and things like that, because it's like you're bringing in a certain kind of energy and spirit into the atmosphere. So you have to be careful, especially when you're running a family, and we were married, so you're inviting certain spirits, and it's just, it's just not the best. And he wouldn't care. He would watch them and everything. So I would have to just, get up and walk out of the room. So they basically like disregard your feelings. So when you leave and when you are blessed to be able to separate from a narcissist, you have to be able to start to learn to reestablish your boundaries, because a lot of times what they do is they break a lot of your boundaries. They try to break down and destroy a lot of boundaries. They want to tear you down. They want to break your boundaries. They want to tear down your self-esteem so that, and honestly, the reason why they do a lot of these things is because even though they want to discard you because they don't have any real sense of like a long-term, commitment, loving somebody long-term. When they are in a long-term relationship, a lot of times they see that relationship as like almost like a punishment, you know. So they're always trying to find and pick and pick on things that that are wrong, or and we're all imperfect, but they want to pick, and they want to, it's like when they find something that they feel like you're imperfect, or see anything that in you that is not quite, they feel like it's not quite up to par, they take it and they drill, like it's like a drill with a nail. They drill it all the way in and cause like a new wound. So you end up feeling hopeless and helpless and just completely frustrated. You don't know what to do again, so like towards the end of my relationship, I didn't care, I didn't care what it felt. It didn't matter, and I was just ready to end it, so hopefully this video helped. Again, please like, subscribe, share it, and because we know that knowledge is power. And another thing also, please, if you have any kind of have had any experience with narcissistic relationships, or with a narcissist, or codependency and any such things, please leave your comments, because that is actually what helps people, reading the comments, because it makes them feel as if they're not alone. Okay, and till next time, peace.